Hi, and welcome to my live video tutorial. I am Shelley Godby, and for 22 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamp smiles through my YouTube videos, my stamping blog, www.stampingsmiles.com, and my newsletters. You're invited to subscribe, thestampersinsider.com. And so today, I've been doing all holiday stuff because naturally we're going into holiday season, but I thought a cold front came in. I'm like, bird, I was longing for a little bit of summer. And so I decided to use the translucent florals. And this is in the holiday catalog, the September through December 2023 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, but it's all the way to the back. And I don't know, maybe some people didn't get back that far to see it. And with it, there is a package of exclusive or limited edition designer series paper. And I believe it's the Delightful Floral 12 by 12 designer series paper. So we'll be using a couple patterns of that, but I'll show you all the patterns because it's just beautiful. So how about we go ahead and get started? And you're invited, if you're watching live with me, to join in with your comments. So here we go. Here's a closer view of the translucent floral stamp set and coordinating translucent floral dies. And when you order the two of these together using the special bundle item number I've listed, or I will have listed, it's listed below the video, you'll save 10% on both. And always look for bundle discounts because the savings very much add up. And so this is really cool. I'm going to be stamping and die cutting with the outline ones, but then look, you could build a flower. Oh, that looks like it'll be really, really pretty. So we need to start with the stamping. So let me put this aside and grab some basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping with white cardstock, you absolutely want to use the Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock. It has a crisp it has a smooth, tight finish to give you crisp, clean images. All right, so we're going to start first with Berry Burst Classic Stampin' Pad. And you know what? So I don't ruin my cards, I'm going to slip on my stamping sleeves. My mom and I came up with these. I was so tired of ruining my handmade cards because I would get ink on my hands and then I touch the card. I'm like, ugh. And so I came up with these. So whenever I open a pad or do something, I just quickly wipe. So it doesn't end up on here. And I swear it almost always ends up on the finished card. Well, Miss Margaret's joining us. She says, I love this set. It is very, very pretty. It's so different. It is translucent. Okay, so the Berry Burst Classic Stampin' Pad. We're going to pick this up, slide that in. And see, that's it. Look, I already did. I already caught my hand on there. All right. So let's start with this beautiful flower. Now, normally, I tend to press and hold, and I don't want to do that quite as much because it wasn't looking quite as translucent to me. So I'm not going to hold down as long. So to close this, a little push here, I pull in that lip and click, that is shut. Our next color, the Calypso Coral Classic Stampin' Pad. And Miss Patricia says, I just got this bundle and need to use it. Well, after you see my card, you'll have an idea. How about that? So we're going to pick this up and slide it in. And all the colors I'm using, well, they're in the Delightful Floral. Let me double check that name. Hey, I got it. Delightful Floral Designer Series paper. And I will show you those patterns in just a minute. Okay, so we're done with this one. Now, this pretty flower. Fantastic. Push. There we go. Okay. And then we have Fresh Freesia. And this smallest flower. Tuck it in right there. Fantastic. Beautiful. That's the one that I just really smashed it, and it was pretty solid. It wasn't translucent. That's why I thought, okay, use a lighter touch. Now, this is really cool. Before I open a pad, I'm going to show you this designer series paper. So they are 12 by 12 sheets, but I'm going to show you smaller sheets. but they do come in 12 by 12. And see these leaves, how they have multiple colors? We're going to do that. And so you've got these beautiful floral images, and then on the other side, a watercolor wash. All right. Whoops. As my stamping smiles goes cattywampus. Isn't that a beautiful pattern? They're all very pretty. And see, that translucent is so cool. And then the big ones. Fantastic. So you can see where I got my colors from, because I wanted to use that beautiful coordinating paper. And it's limited edition. So it's an online exclusives, meaning that's the only place you'll find it is pictured online. And there's a whole category for online exclusives and available only while supplies last. Okay, Parakeet Party. Pick this up, slide that in, and we're going to do our leaves like that. We've got the double leaves and the single leaf. So I've got this inked up. Now let's bring in Pretty Peacock. Again, the colors. Pick this up. Okay, just in case, felt like it. And then I have a sponge dauber. And we'll do that color along the bottom like they did. And I didn't need to re-ink, or huff on it, because it didn't slow it down that much. But I need to do this because I need 2 of these. I do not want to go into my Parakeet Party pad with that Pretty Peacock all over it. So what I have here is my Stampin' Scrub. And, in the corner, in the corner, there are raindrops. In this corner, a sun, so you know which side to put the Stampin' Mist and which side to dry it on. But you know what? You don't even have to read those symbols, because if you hold it like this and look for that corner, you've got it positioned the correct way. All right, so for the red rubber stamps, we use Stampin' Mist to clean and condition our stamps. Oh, no, that was Fresh Freesia. Miss Patricia wondered if I was using Moody Mauve. So we're going to spray some over here. Come over here and clean it. And over here, you dry it and get off any residual ink. And I like to say, how when, we'll say kids, wash their hands and they don't necessarily get everything off, it ends up on your towel. Well, that's what that other side is for. Okay, so we'll ink this again. Now, this is plenty inky from already having done it, but the 2 colors are just so attractive. There we go. I just need to leave room for 1 more, and that's the single leaf. And if you put your finger in there, then you don't get all dirty. Boy, I'm doing a good job of getting dirty. All right, and fantastic. Let's close these up. I'll be using Pretty Peacock. Oh, and the Berry Burst again a little bit later, if I'll leave those on top. And I have embellishments for anyone watching. Remind me if I forget to use them. I think now that I say that, it helps me remember. Okay, so now what I need to do is grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is right here. We can die cut all of this. What a wonderful machine this is. All right, so next I need my plates to build up what's called a sandwich. So I've got plate number 1. Followed by plate number 2, because they're thin metal dies, and this is going to get us to the appropriate thickness. Then I need a plate number 3. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to decorate the envelope. Okay, and then we put our cardstock on there, and then we need to center the dies around it. And trying to see. That Berry Burst is so pretty. That's too close. But that, oops. Okay. I use this washi tape over and over and over, so I have some more. It's not sticky anymore. I just put it right on my machine because I do like to keep using it. Why grab new every time when you can keep using some of the other? Okay. Take away a little bit of that stickiness. I ordered something for us to try, and it was promised to be here today, and yeah, no, it didn't happen. So another time. Okay. And then the die for these double leaves. Okay. All right. Let's see if I've got enough room to do this little smallest one. You know, today's the last day, because it's October 31st, to join my team for that incredible special. I need to turn. I'm going to do that in a minute. I can't see from this angle. All right. So then we need another plate number 3. Crank this through. And so for the 35th anniversary, you know, the starter kit is typically only $99 to start with and 35% off through tonight only, or 35% more in products. Awesome, awesome deal. I would love to have you join my team. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Okay. And our leaves. I have to tell myself, I thought, okay, Shelly, you can go from right to left. And I was still turning the handle the same way and couldn't figure out what was going on. It's like, oh, yeah, the handle has to go the opposite direction. Okay. And then our leaves. And so we need to do another one of the leaves, this larger, here we go. You know, I'm not an orange person, but there's just something about Calypso Coral. Very, very pretty. Okay. The leaves. All right. And then one more pass through as we do the last. Oh, you know what? There is one more to do, but I can do it still with one more pass through. I have a small piece of parakeet party here because we want a stem. Okay. Hey. You peel it away just wondering what you're going to get, right? Okay. I'm also finding if I peel my washi tape off of the other piece first, it works out a lot better here. All right. So here's the parakeet party, and we have a stem. Okay. We just need it to stay on there. We don't need to center, adhere it because we're not sending around something that's stamped. All right. I feel like I don't have a good angle to see what I'm doing. Does anyone else stand up when they die cut? I always do. And thankfully, this cold weather, it's going to warm up some. I mean, it'll be normal November temperatures, but yesterday I was out raking leaves and it was windy on top of it. Oh, not ready for that level of cold yet. You got to ease me into that. Okay. And so we have our stem. There we go. And our last two. Peel that off. Peel that off. Okay, let's put this machine aside. Fantastic. And see what we got. Hey, pretty good. Okay. So, all our die cut pieces. Oh, and our single leaf. Oh, Miss Jenny's joined us. She says, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you too. All right, our single leaf. And we have a couple double leaves here. Fantastic. Life is good. All right. So I decided to build my floral arrangement, we'll call it, on this pretty peacock piece. I mean, that's the cool thing about having them die cut, because you couldn't stamp on there, it wouldn't show up. Oh, Miss Jenny says she loves this stamp set too. Very, very pretty. So I want this to be right here, but I'm not ready to adhere that yet. But let's go ahead for all the other pieces, including our little stem. And I have Stampin' Seal. See where it's a little opaque there? I put my finger there. There we go. All right. And even on our stem, I'm just going to go for it. I could have used adhesive sheets or whatever, but it's like, with this silicone mat underneath me, and I'm really liking that. You know, the adhesive isn't sticking to it, so it works really well. Okay, so we have this placed here, and I feel ready to start adhering others. All right, there. Our stem, I don't need the whole thing, just a little bit of it. Let's come down a little bit more. All right. The fooling around with it, I think, is fun. Getting it just the way you want it. Oh, I guess I just said it and I didn't adhere it, huh? Let's press down. Okay, I must not have gotten any. Oh, either I didn't do it or it didn't come out. Probably I didn't do it. Oh, Miss Jenny says she used it in her class this afternoon. Well, great minds think alike. And Miss Catherine says, beautiful card. We're working on it. Oh, and Miss Catherine is joining us from Jacksboro, Tennessee. How fun is that? All right, and I felt adhesive on there. I don't need much of that stem, but it does really add to it. And this I'm just keeping there for my placement. The single leaf over here. Okay. And then our two double leaves. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So this, you know, dimension adds a lot. I've got my Stampin' Dimensionals. One, I think two will be good for a flower this size. And to make that edge pop up, we're going to press down with our thumbnail. Short thumbnail works too. And it just makes that pop right up. Let's bring this in over here. And I think I might like to, I've got my take your pick tool. I'm going to pick this up, move it a little bit. I didn't want it quite, I want to rotate that a little. I don't want it to be identical to the other side. I want it to be a little bit individual. There we go. We'll rotate this one down a little bit more. There we go. And so now, look at that. We have built our scene. And so with this paper, we're going to use Pretty Peacock for the card base. I started off with a bigger piece that went over top and underneath and decided I really liked the green popping out, so I ended up with just underneath. So let's turn this over. Oh, isn't that pattern gorgeous? Every one of them are gorgeous. Some more of the Stampin' Seal. And I want a good bit of that to show. It's so pretty, I wanna show it off. Checking to see if it's even. I think it is. All right, so let's do some more. Stampin' Seal. Oh, Miss Margaret says, "Beautiful." Oh, thank you. I act like I designed the stamp set. And Miss Patricia says, "The flowers are gorgeous." They are. They're so different. I don't ever remember having anything like this. All right. So, I tend to stay always with the colors that are in there and surprise myself, but really liked it. Pool Party is one of the colors in the delightful floral designer series paper, but it's such a good companion, I think, uh, for the pretty peacock, and it just worked. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this is the Pool Party 3/8 inch Grow Green ribbon. It's so soft and so pretty. I like to work off the roll because it doesn't take as much because I have all of this to work on, but if I cut it, I have to overcut it to be comfortable. And then a lot of times my ends end up fraying, and so I trim them more. So if I cut it, it'll probably, it'll end up being shorter tails than I really want. And so all I want to do is make sure I don't get anything twisted. That's my big goal here. And we're just going to do a knot, not a bow. Not for this card. This is where having a third hand would be handy, huh? Might look a little funny, but be handy. There we go. So, I still have some waste, but not as much as I do if um, I don't work off of the roll. Oh, and Miss Jenny likes that tip. Okay. Fantastic. We are not done yet. I wanted a greeting for this. I'm going to tighten this. Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? I'm going to trim this a little bit. I really don't want to go too much over the edge because it needs to fit into an envelope. Oh, and speaking of envelopes, let's bring mine because we are going to use the Berry Burst. Thought we'd decorate the envelope. Okay. And I'm not done with that. Oh, flitter. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Back with the Berry Burst. Look at this. There's this really cool stamp to put in the center. It's up on dimensional, so if it messes up, that's why. But we'll try. Isn't that cool? All right. And while I have the Berry Burst, I thought, ooh, let's put in the corner of our medium envelope to hold our card. Pretty flower. Oh, yeah, baby. All right, so let's go ahead. Push. Ah, click. All right. And so I wanted a greeting for this. So I have here some more basic white cardstock. And the greeting I chose, there are several in here that are really nice. Wishing you all the happiness in the world. Really like that. Happy birthday. You're the best. And back with the pretty peacock. Pick this up. Slide that in. And here we go. Fantastic. Oh, you know what? Let's come back with that Berry Burst and put the center on the flower when it's laying flat. That'll definitely be easier. Ah, fantastic. That adds a lot doing that. It's surprising how much that adds. So last week we used this, and I remember Heartfelt Hexagon is the name of this punch. So slide that open, bring this in here, and I just want to catch part of it, but I do want it centered. And you're the best. I think that's looking pretty good. Fantastic. And this is an online exclusives, okay? So the only place you'll find this is pictured in my online store. It's not in any of the catalogs. They have people write me and say, "Where did you get that?" Different things, online exclusives. So again, back with our Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to tuck it up here. Okay, I had my paper snips ready. So, I have that adhesive on there. It doesn't need to be quite this big. So I don't need to be perfect because I'm going to tuck it up. It doesn't matter that it isn't perfectly straight. Okay. I'm going to tuck this under here. Cute, cute, cute. All right. There. I think that's straight now. Fantastic. And we have embellishments. As Jenny says, such a versatile punch. It is really cool. And I have the brush brass butterflies. Yeah, try to say that. Brush brass butterflies, and I will not try that 3 times. All right, and so they come in 2 different sizes. So we have one here, the little butterflies flying around our beautiful flowers. Ah, there we have it with a decorated envelope, a handmade floral card with the translucent florals bundle. Cute, cute, cute. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So I am going to stick around for a second or two and see if you have any questions or any other comments. So let's do this and come back. There we go. And so, I'm done stamping, so I can take off my stamping sleeves. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, my mom and I came up with these. I told her what I wanted. She's the sewer. I'm not. And she sews them and I sell them. And so I'll have a link under the video where you can pick up a pair if you like. And okay, let's see, Miss Cindy. Okay, let's do it. That's so cool. And then Miss Margaret. Well, thank you. And I'm so glad you joined me. I'm loving doing the live videos, having a great time. And I think the best part is getting to interact with you all. And so here we have my Translucence floral card. There we go. Available to order, the bundle, and everything I use is available to order now. I checked before I came online. Everything is available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. So look and see if there are any other questions. I don't see any. And remember, today, October 31st, 2023, last day to join my team with the 35-year anniversary special. And you can do that at www.startmybusinesswithshelly.com. So, Translucent Florals bundle available to order in my online store if you'd like to make this card or any other wonderful cards, especially with that coordinating delightful floral designer series paper. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.